Zheng Shuyi, just seated, Nanan approached her, telling that Xu Yuling had interviewed Shi Yan yesterday, and she stole your interview outline. Zheng Shuyi nodded. Nanan, surprised, says you knew it, why you still so calm? Zheng Shuyi, recalling the interview with Shi Yan yesterday, she noted that although she didn't strictly follow the outline, Shi Yan knows there only one outline, but still he had answered all the questions twice. Zheng Shuyi sighed and said, the interview got intercepted, the outline was stolen, and the horseback ride was a tumble. Oh my, how many embarrassments did I face in front of him? Nanan comforted her, saying, it seems Shi Yan is a very patient person. On the same day, he underwent interviews from 2 people and answered the same questions twice. Shi Yan was in the office reviewing documents when Assistant Chen brought him the latest assessment report on Lin. Chen inquired, how did Lin suddenly acquire such a substantial amount of funds? Shi Yan replied, profitable endeavors naturally attract competition. Zheng Shuyi was waiting for Shan Shan when her ex-boyfriend pulled up in a car and offered her a ride. Politely declining, she thanked him. He then shared that his new girlfriend had bought him the car, and he would be starting a job at Minjiu in a few days. Shan Shan chimed in, teasing him about the luxurious car and questioning why he had to wait to start working when her uncle could have expedited the process with a single word. The ex-boyfriend hastily drove away. Zheng Shuyi and Shan Shan mocked her ex-boyfriend, and she expressed frustration, saying, some people easily get a new car, and here I am, working so hard, only to have my interview outline stolen and intercepted. Shan Shan tried to cheer her up, saying, don't be so down. Not only did you get the interview, but you also got to ride horses with him. That sounds pretty successful to me. Shan Shan told Zheng Shuyi, Situyi has already set up the appointment for you. She's a big internet celebrity now, hard to schedule with. Luckily, you shared dating experiences back in high school and even borrowed a dress for a date. She's a true best friend. Lin's manager Chen approached Shi Yan, expressing that after their last conversation, both he and his team didn't want to lose such a great supporter like Shi Yan. He came to discuss adjusting the investment amount. Shi Yan responded, sure, let's talk about it. Zheng Shuyi and Shan Shan were drinking and chatting together. Shan Shan asked, riding horses together yesterday, that's a sign of establishing a connection, right? Zheng Shuyi replied, what connection? I don't even have his WeChat. Besides, he's a bit peculiar. Shan Shan remarked, does it matter if he's peculiar? You need to focus and battle for the upgrade of your digital magazine. Shinshan's phone rang, and after answering, she said, trying such basic tactics to get my attention. Zheng Shuyi inquired, what tactics? Shan Shan explained, pretending to help with repairs, deliberately leaving things at my place to create an opportunity for another encounter. Zheng Shuyi immediately thought of the earring she dropped in Shi Yan's car. Shi Yan, sitting in the car, takes out an earring and examines it. Assistant Chen receives a call from Zheng Shuyi and hands the phone to Shi Yan, saying, reporter Zheng is looking for you. Shi Yan takes the call, and Zheng Shuyi asks if he found an earring in his car. He responds, I didn't see it. She emphasizes the earring's importance, explaining it's a family heirloom, part of her dowry. Shi Yan asks, how important is it? Shan Shan advises her to say it's a precious family item. Zheng Shuyi adds that it's made of plastic but is the most precious in their family due to their ancestors' poverty. Shi Yan hands the phone to Chen, whispering, take it to her. Assistant Chen takes the call and agrees to deliver it. Zheng Shuyi apologizes and suggests she'll pick it up herself, saying, sorry for the trouble, I'll come get it. Zheng Shuyi receives a location pin but is unsure who sent it. Shan Shan remarks, it's definitely Shi Yan's home, such an upscale neighborhood. Zheng Shuyi responds, the person who left me stranded in the car without even offering me a meal wouldn't share their home address with me, would they? Kishiu hears the sound of the door opening and quickly rushes out, asking, Uncle, why are you here? Weren't we supposed to go out with Guanji? Shi Yan tells her, didn't I say you're not allowed to call Guanji? She responds, Guanji permits it. Uncle, why did you come back so early? He replies, this is my home. If you don't want to see me, you can move back and live with your grandfather. Now, go back to your room. I didn't call you, so you're not allowed to come out. Zheng Shuyi follows the location and arrives at the designated address. Meanwhile, Shi Yan takes another look at the earring before placing it on a cabinet. Zheng Shuyi approaches and is about to knock on the door when it opens automatically. Entering, she sees Shi Yan sitting on the sofa, reading a book. Shi Yan looks up, and she says, "Mr. Shi, I've come to pick it up." Shi Yan points to the cabinet, and she heads towards it. On top of the cabinet, she notices CDs of the famous singer Song Lilan. She asks, "Mr. Shi, you also like Song Lilan? What a coincidence! I'm a huge fan of hers too. I have all her albums. Which song is your favorite?" At that moment, Shi Yan's phone rings, and it's Guanji asking what he's doing at home. Shi Yan claims to be busy and abruptly ends the call. Holding the phone that Shi Yan abruptly hung up, Guanji remarks, "This is unusual. Is he in love?" He then leaves the bar. After hanging up on Guanji, Shi Yan doesn't address the question about the singer but asks Zheng Shuyi if there's anything else. She mentions interviewing Chen and speculates on internal disagreements within Yunchuang regarding investments in Lin and Liang. Shi Yan inquires, "So what?" She explains she's working on a personal interview with Chen Kong and plans to compile a feature on Lin, Yunchuang, and the Guan family. Shi Yan stands up, approaches her, and asks, "What would you like to drink?" She replies, "Lemon water." Shi Yan prepares a glass of lemon water for her and, handing it over, asks why she thinks his investment in Lin will be successful. Just then, there's a loud noise from Kishio's room. Upon seeing a jacket on the sofa, Zheng Shuyi realizes there's a woman in the house and apologizes, asking if she's disturbing him and his girlfriend. Shi Yan, surprised, clarifies that she's not his girlfriend. Zheng Shuyi mentions the need to avoid misunderstandings, to which Shi Yan questions if his niece won't be misunderstood. Realizing the potential misinterpretation, she hastily says thanks and goodbye before leaving in a hurry. Kishio rushes out, asking, "Who is it? I heard a woman's voice." Zheng Shuyi hurries out of Shi Yan's home, visibly frustrated, and exclaims, "That was close. I almost bumped into his niece." Shi Yan notices the earring is still in place and picks it up, thinking to himself, "She came but didn't take it. She's quite clever with her tactics." Kishio asks him, "Uncle, what are you looking at?" He replies, "Who told you to come out?" Kishio says, "Uncle, maybe I shouldn't go to work. Everyone in our family is an elite, all busy making money. There has to be someone to enjoy life and spend money for the family." He tells her, "You barely passed chemistry in high school, but your knowledge of cosmetic ingredients surpasses the chemistry teachers. I sent you abroad, your English isn't great, but you still travel the world. Now you don't want to work, you want to go on a study tour. I think you're just wasting time and life." Shan Shan says over the phone, "Zheng Shuyi, you're quite skillful. Since you went there and didn't take the item, you should quickly arrange another meeting to pick it up." Zheng Shuyi lies on the bed, feeling disheartened, and says, "What skillful? I didn't intentionally leave it behind. I don't even have his phone number, how can I make arrangements? I don't know if the special feature will work out, what should I do? God, help me." Shan Shan is on a date with a guy by the riverside. He suggests changing locations, mentioning the lack of interesting things here. Shan Shan checks her phone and sees that Guanji is trying to make plans with her. She says, "It's time to change the place, but not with you. I'm the one who's leaving. Goodbye." Shi Yan gets into bed, preparing to sleep. He holds the earring, repeatedly examining it and recalling Zheng Shuyi sleeping in his car and describing the earring as a cherished family heirloom over the phone, creating a vivid scene of her involvement in his home. The next day, Zheng Shuyi arrives at the office, and Nanan rushes in to tell her that Xu Yuling was summoned by the chief editor. Could it be about her manuscript? Zheng Shuyi responds, "I've done what I should and shouldn't do. I'm confident in my article. Since I've done all I can, the rest is up to fate." In the restroom, Zheng Shuyi overhears Xu Yuling talking loudly on the phone, saying, "Shi Yan has made things difficult for me. He didn't provide any useful information, just vague and general responses. If he didn't want to be interviewed, he should have said so instead of messing with me. Zheng Shuyi enters the editor-in-chief's office, and the editor tells her, "All right, Xu Yuling did something wrong. I've just warned her and marked it on her record." Zheng Shuyi questions, "Is a warning enough for stealing someone else's manuscript?" The editor responds, "What do you want me to do, fire her?" She clarifies, "I'm not asking you to fire her, but she stole my outline." The editor remarks, "It shows that your outline is better than hers. She has proven that you are more outstanding. Just forgive her this time." The editor, speaking on the phone, says, "HR has given the green light. It's fine for her to come for an internship, but whether she gets hired or not depends on her own performance." Zheng Shuyi is interviewing Chen Kong. Chen expresses, "Many people might think I'm only suited for scientific research, not entrepreneurship. But the country's industrial development needs us, so I want to give it a try." Zheng Shuyi asks if he has ever felt uncertain and hesitant. Chen replies, "Right now is the most uncertain and hesitant time for me." Zheng Shuyi adds, "Even though our situations are different, I understand. Many things have infinite possibilities as long as you persist." Zheng Shuyi is working on her manuscript. Shi Yan is having breakfast while working on the computer. Qixiu happily eats and says, "Uncle, you can make such delicious breakfast, that's amazing." Shi Yan replies, "If it's delicious, eat more. Once you're full, we can hit the road." She asks, "Hit the road? Uncle, I remember now. I made plans with a friend. You take your time eating, I'm off." He says, "Decided, huh? Once you step out that door, I'll change the locks immediately. You'll never come back here again." Qixiu says, "I'm a returnee who graduated from a prestigious university. Why would you sell me off for just a few $1,000s? Shi Yan replies, "Don't overestimate yourself. An intern journalist isn't worth that much." She argues, "If there's no money to be made, why bother working?" He says, "Qixiu, work isn't just about making money. It also reflects a person's societal and self-worth." Shi Yan drops Qixiu off at the entrance of the financial district, watches her go inside, and then instructs the driver to leave. Zheng Shuyi enters the office, and Nanan shares the good news that their department will have 2 new interns. Zheng Shuyi responds, "What's so good about that?" Nanan says, "Why isn't it good news? Think about it, someone to help with the workload, saving your time and maybe no more late nights." Zheng Shuyi laughs and says, "Don't tease me. Who ends up helping whom is still uncertain." Xu Yuling strides past them with determination. Nanan asks, "Do you know where she's headed?" Zheng Shuyi replies, "Don't know, don't care." Nanan adds, "I heard she secured an interview with an important figure. Looks like she might get the front page in the next issue." Zheng Shuyi says, "Oh, well, wish her good luck then." Zheng Shuyi enters the editor-in-chief's office, and the editor tells her, "Here are the details of the new interns. Take a look." After reviewing them, she says, "Our team doesn't need interns now. Let other teams have them." The editor responds, "This one is assigned to you. Give it a try." She asks, "So, I have to take her?" The editor says, "Consider it a favor from me. Take good care of her." After returning to her seat and reviewing Qixiu's information, Zheng Shuyi remarks, "A prestigious school, such high tuition fees, not an ordinary background. Why wouldn't someone like this just stay at home? Why bother getting into journalism?"